Rohan was only 10 years old when the shouting started outside his home. It was late evening in their small village, the kind of place where everyone knew each other and nights were usually quiet. But that night, the silence was broken by angry voices, growing louder with every passing second. Rohan sat close to his grandmother, clutching the edge of her sari. She had been reading from her old Bible, the same one she had read every night for as long as he could remember. Her voice had always been calm, steady, comforting, but now even she had gone quiet. "Grandma, what's happening?" Rohan whispered, his voice trembling. She gently placed her hand on his head. "Stay close to me," she said softly, though there was a fear in her eyes he had never seen before. Before he could ask anything else, the door was kicked open. A group of men stormed inside, their faces hard, their voices filled with anger. They began shouting accusations. Words Rohan didn't fully understand but could feel. It was hatred, raw and loud. His father tried to reason with them. "Please, we have done nothing wrong," he said, his voice shaking but firm, but they were not there to listen. One of the men grabbed the Bible from his grandmother's hands and threw it onto the floor. Another overturned their small wooden table. Within moments, chaos filled the room. "Take the boy," his grandmother whispered urgently. His mother pulled Rohan close and rushed him toward the back of the house, but before they could escape, flames began to rise. Someone had set fire to the house. The smoke spread quickly, the heat became unbearable. In the confusion, in the fear, Rohan broke free from his mother's grip and ran back toward the room. He shouted. Through the smoke, he saw the Bible lying on the ground, its edges already catching fire. Without thinking, he rushed forward, wrapped it in a piece of cloth, and grabbed it. The flames licked at his arm, but he didn't let go. That night, they watched their home burn to ashes. Everything they had was gone. Everything except that Bible. Years passed, the village never spoke of that night again, at least not openly. Rohan's family moved away, starting over in a town where no one knew their past. Life was not easy. His father worked long hours. His mother stitched clothes to earn a little extra money. And his grandmother, she never fully recovered from that night. But she held onto her faith, just as she had held onto Rohan's hand when he was a child. Rohan grew up carrying questions in his heart. Why did people hate them? Why did they lose everything? Why did that night have to happen? But he also carried something else, the half-burnt Bible. Its edges were blackened. Some pages were damaged, but the words inside were still there. He began to read it, not just because his grandmother had, but because he wanted to understand. Slowly, those words shaped him. They didn't erase the pain, but they gave him direction. Instead of growing bitter, Rohan chose to learn. Instead of holding on to anger, he held on to purpose. He studied hard. He worked harder. And years later, he became a teacher. One morning, nearly 15 years after that night, a young teacher walked into a small village school. The same village? Rohan stood at the entrance, looking around. Some things had changed, but much remained the same. The narrow paths, the small houses, the quiet air, it all brought memories rushing back. A few villagers recognized him. They whispered among themselves, surprised. He came back. Yes, that boy. But Rohan did not come back with anger. He came back with a purpose. In his classroom, children sat on wooden benches, their eyes curious. Some came from families that had once been part of that mob. Some came from families who had watched silently. Rohan smiled gently at them. "My name is Rohan," he said, "and I am here to teach you." Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. He taught them not just reading and writing, but kindness, patience, and understanding. One day, a student raised his hand. "Sir, why did you choose this village? There are better places." Rohan paused. He walked to his bag and took something out. It was the Bible, half burnt. The classroom fell silent. "This," he said, holding it carefully, "is the reason?" The children looked at it, confused. "This was with me the night my house burned in this village," he continued calmly. I was your age. The room grew even quieter. I could have chosen to hate this place, he said. I could have chosen never to return. But this book taught me something different. He looked at them, one by one. It taught me that darkness does not go away by adding more darkness. It only goes away when someone brings light. A long silence followed. Then one child asked softly, "Sir, are you not angry?" Rohan gave a small, thoughtful smile. "I was," he admitted, "for a long time. But if I stayed angry, I would become the same as those who burned my home." He gently closed the Bible. "So I came back, not to remember the fire, but to make sure something better grows from it." That day, something shifted in that classroom. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, like a seed being planted. And sometimes that is how real change begins.